Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to start a 1-point perspective room. You will need a ruler, a pencil, and an eraser. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our vanishing point and our horizon line. So I'm going to put my horizon line about middle of the paper. I'm not doing it exact, and I'm going to apply a lot more pressure with my pencil than you should. It's just so that you can actually see what I'm doing on the paper. Then I'm going to put my vanishing point, and I'm going to draw the back wall of my room. Doesn't matter how big. I wouldn't make it too big though, and I wouldn't make it too small. If you do it too small, you won't have enough room to really do much of anything on it. And you can always move your vanishing point after creating your walls if it's not where you want it to be, because I kind of think mine's not going to be where I want it to be. Okay, so there's my back wall of my room, and see what happens when you apply too much pressure and then try to erase. It's still there. So I'm going to put my vanishing point just a little bit more center, and I am not making this exact at all. This is just as a quick tutorial for you. You will not need to keep this horizon line. You will erase that out eventually, so really make sure that that line is nice and light, because you won't need it. Okay, so this is the back wall of our room. Now we need to make the other walls of our room. So you're going to line up your vanishing point with each corner of that back wall, like so. And you're going to draw that line out. So line it up. And draw. Same thing up here. Line it up. And draw. We are basically right now creating the other walls of our room. So this is the back wall right here. This is the ceiling. This is the floor, and these are the two other walls. Hopefully you can start to see that happening. So again, you won't need that horizon line there, so hopefully you drew it light enough so that you can erase it out. So there is the basis of our 1-point perspective room right there. I'm going to show you how to draw a couple of different furniture pieces just so that you can start to get an idea of how this is done. So basic rule of thumb, or what I like to remember, any vertical line on the floor or the ceiling will go back to your vanishing point. Okay? Any horizontal line, which is like this, okay, will just go straight across. On your two side walls, it's the exact opposite. Any vertical line will be straight up and down. Any horizontal line will go straight back to your vanishing point. Okay? So let's draw a rug. We'll start pretty simple here. So let's say I want to draw a rug on my floor. Knowing that any horizontal line is straight across, I'm going to make sure that this line is parallel with my back wall and draw my line. Any vertical line goes back to my vanishing point, so I'm going to line up that edge with my vanishing point. Same thing on this side. Line up the edge. This is a very large rug, but that's okay. Okay, and then I would just erase the excess off. Okay, so now I've got my rug. Again, I didn't really make everything even. You will want to make sure everything's nice and neat and even on yours because you're going to be spending a lot more time on yours. Mine's just an example. So we've got a rug, and notice how in this 1-point perspective, everything seems to be coming out at you, okay? These lines are going to trip some people up because you'll want to draw them straight, but then it won't be in the proper perspective, okay? Notice how when you are looking at something, things that seem farther away seem smaller to you. Things that are closer to you seem larger. That's all due to perspective. So it's the same idea here. The rug that's closest to our eye is going to seem, or the part of the rug that's closest to our eye is going to seem larger. The part of the rug that is furthest from our eye is going to seem smaller, which is why it does that. Okay, so that's an example of something drawn on the floor. Now I'm going to draw something on the sidewall. So let's say you wanted to draw a TV, okay, on the wall. Let's make this a living room. So all of my horizontal lines are going to go back to my vanishing point. So I'm going to place my TV, we'll make it a big TV right here. And the bottom of my TV right here. Vertical lines are straight, up and down. I'm trying to make that line parallel with this line. Same thing over here. And then I can go back and erase my excess. Okay. So, you know, and then I could go in and, you know, add details like the border of the TV or whatever. Okay, but again, notice how the part of the TV that's closest to my eye appears to be larger in scale than the part that's further away from my eye. All right, so there's an example of a rug and a TV. Obviously, you would add more details to these to make them look a little bit more finished, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to leave them there. Now, what if I'm to draw something that starts on a side wall, but then kind of juts out onto my floor? Let's say I want to draw a desk, since we're going with our living room theme, I guess, on this wall. Okay, so in order to draw a desk, I'm going to draw the line where the desk touches this wall. Okay, and that's going to be a horizontal line. So I know that has to go back to my vanishing point. Okay, so this is the part of the desk that is up against this wall. The minute that this desk comes off the side wall, it follows the rules of the floor. So in order to make this look three-dimensional, now I'm going to take this line, because it's following the rules of the floor, oops, and I'm going to take it straight out. Same thing over here. Line it up and take it straight out. Now this line adheres to the walls of this, or the rules of the side wall. So we bring it back. And hopefully you're starting to see this come together. Here's a leg for my desk. Here's another leg for my desk. Oh, I need to draw that a lot longer. It's a shrimpy little leg. Okay. And we'll draw one back here. It doesn't go all the way through because you can't see it through. Okay, and then here's my desk. So this would be the tabletop of my desk, and then my legs coming down. Okay, so that's how you would do something to make it look three-dimensional. This is how you would start a room in 1-point perspective.